When I was listening to you, Pete Peterson and Alan Simpson say that we're stealing our grandchildren's future. They're the ones that are stealing it. We want you to have it. Now, and anyone who is a coal miner, that's a dangerous job, definitely. At this point, I'd like to recognize that Doug Shields, who is also on the Pittsburgh City Council and helped to pass that unanimously today. Thank you, Doug. Thank you very much. All right. Our next speaker is going to be Vallie Still. Vallie is a retired daycare worker who doesn't have a pension and who's going to really depend on her Social Security. So come on up, Vallie.
My name is Vallie Still, and I live in Garfield. And I've been a daycare worker all my life, and I'm 73 years old. So, as you know, being a daycare worker, your wages are not very high, and you certainly don't get no pension. So, if it wasn't for Social Security, I wouldn't have no income in my old age. So that's what we live for. And they tell us you work and your golden years, that's what you have to live on. Well, that's not so. And if they're not, I won't have anything to survive on. So cutting the cost of living allowance will only hurt me. We already said we haven't got a raise in 2 years. And I had to use other means. I had to go to the food bank to make ends meet. And it's already difficult for me. And so please don't cut us anymore. So, I heard that politicians say that they'll make cuts for our next generation. And it says it won't affect us. How could they say that? It will affect us. It will affect our grandkids. And then too, the government promised this is our promise. The Social Security is our promise. And we need it. They can't take that from our grandkids or our children. So, and then too, how can I rest? So when I go, a peaceful rest, knowing that we're going to happen to my grandkids and kids, it will affect me. It'll affect me deeply. Because, as I say, you work all your life for it, and they tell you it won't be there for you. And so, I'll say no to that. I'm going to fight for Social Security promise for all American generations. Social Security is a promise made from generation to generation that no elderly American citizen should have to live in absolute poverty. As long as we have Social Security, we won't starve or freeze to death in the winter. And we must keep that promise for the next generation. Our children deserve to have their Social Security in their old age. And so do our grandchildren. So let's tell them, keep our hands off our Social Security. And I also have a number here for you to call. Tell your senators here. I don't know if anybody got the flyer. It's 1-866-529-7630. And tell our senators, do not have any more cuts. Keep their hands off our Social Security.
Thank you, Vallie. We have the information on the table. Today is the National Call-In Day. And if people would like, we might have a phone or two available here. We'd like you to call your congressman and tell them exactly that they cannot make these cuts into Social Security. I spent Thanksgiving with my family, and I have a couple young cousins, and they've been out working for about 5 years, making fairly good money, paying big FICA taxes on their Social Security, and they can't imagine that they may not get anything. Yeah, it's really sad how we're disillusioning our young people. You really have to, what we have to do is insist that they take this and instead of making cuts, they improve it for people 50 years off. You don't go backwards in America. And if there's any problems with Social Security, it's the fact that we don't have 17 million people who are unemployed or underemployed paying their Social Security taxes, paying their income taxes, which is contributing to the deficit. We would not have to pay all this unemployment, which is contributing to the deficit. So let's get America back and get it working like America for Americans. We were supposed to have Reverend Love to be here now. I don't see him. Does anyone want to have a discussion on Social Security? I'll tell you, the things that bother me the most, a lot of people didn't realize that we're already into extending the age of Social Security. Did everybody know that? Right now, if you were to go out there and retire, you would have to be 66 years old to get full retirement benefits. If you wanted to retire at 62, you'd get 75%. I got 80% when I retired. Now they're going to drop that one. In 20, they will go on until 2022. In 2022, you will have to be 67 to get full benefits, and then they'll cut it down to 70% if you want to retire at 62. Now, somewhere in there, between extending it out to 69, they're going to raise the retirement age. You can't retire until you're 64. Gets a little tougher to stay on that job. That's 2 more years longer before you even qualify to get your regular benefits. It'll go to 69 in 2075. So the sum total of all this is at least a 26% reduction in your benefits. Every time that goes down, if you want to go out early, it's a reduction. Working longer is a reduction. They've also come out on Medicare. One of the commissions has suggested that we take Medicare and we extend it to age 67. Hey, by the time people are 67, they probably have some pretty substantial health problems. So we really have to make our voices heard. We have to make our voices heard for our communities. We want our communities to go on and be viable communities that we live in. It's up to us. It's our voice that has to get out there. We have to tell them no. If anyone's seen what they want to do on taxes, it seems like the cuts are all made on the American people, the middle income, but on taxes, they're raising it for the people again. Simpson Bowles wants to take and make the lowest income level 8% income tax, then it goes up to 10% income tax, and 21 will be the top. Instead of us going back and letting the Bush tax cuts expire and letting it go back to 39.6%, they want to drop it down to 21. They're going to do this by getting rid of mortgage deductions on your income tax. They're going to do it by getting rid of taking your health care benefits off on your income tax. So again, that's the middle class who are the main people that will be hit on this. It is going to benefit rich people by giving them lower tax rates. So people, it's time we really get that. So I urge you to pick up the information and make a call to your congressman today. Tell them when that comes up, make it dead on arrival. All right?